Solo Leveling episode 10. And I actually didn't know what this episode was going to be about because the last episode ended with us not knowing necessarily what was going to happen in this episode. It was one of those episodes where it did what it wanted to do and just that. It didn't actually set up something for this episode. So yeah, I came into this episode not knowing what was going to happen. And that was a good thing because man, this episode I didn't expect him to level up that much. I thought that maybe he was going to slowly level up going forward, but was I wrong? Because this episode showed that it was actually all the opposite. I don't know if I'm forgetting something, but I don't think they show what level he is now. I don't think that was shown. Don't get me wrong, it was actually shown that he was leveling up, but I don't think it actually showed, the number, the level that he was at right now. So yeah, but regardless, we do know that he leveled up a couple of times, maybe 5, 6 levels, something like that, or perhaps even more, because again, we didn't actually see everything that was going on inside the raids. Also, it was actually pretty cool to see that finally Sung-Ji has some screen time. Sung Jin-Woo's sister's friend. So yeah, it was actually pretty cool to see her in this episode. I did want to see her doing a little bit more, but maybe in the next episode that will happen. But at the very least, yeah, she was present throughout this episode. She had some interactions with Sung Jin-Woo, and in general, again, it was actually pretty good seeing her in this episode. She seems like a character that is actually really interested in, wanting to know what Sung Jin-Woo is doing inside the dungeons, because yeah, she's just there present, not doing anything. She seems like the type of person that wants to go in, have some action. So I wouldn't even be, surprised if in the next episode, she goes in and maybe helps out a little bit or something like that. But yeah, she seems really interested in what Sung Jin-Woo is doing. I would even say that perhaps she looks up to him, that she, has some admiration for him or something like that. Now that I think about it, it is actually going to be really funny when Sung-Ji finds out that, the guy that he admires, the guy that maybe she even has a crush, who knows, is actually her best friend's brother. So yeah, I'm already imagining that whole seeing how that plays out. It is actually going to be really funny when it happens. I don't know how long that is going to take. I don't know if it's, soon or really far away. But regardless, that is definitely going to be really interesting. But I guess the biggest surprise of them all was the beginning of the episode, because I actually didn't think that Joo-hee was going to quit being an adventurer. That was never in my cards. I actually didn't see that coming. I mean, of course, if you read the source material, then yeah, of course you saw that coming. I don't know if you all saw that coming, because I definitely didn't. It almost seems like she didn't want to make that decision because she was really sad. So I don't know if she's actually doing that because she doesn't think she's, adapt or well equipped to handle dungeons. There's a possibility that she's stopping doing dungeons not because of that, but because of something else, family issues or something else. We did see her in, I think it was the last or previous to last episode, having some problems with her family, so that could be a possibility. So yeah, something that I want to mention that caught my attention in this episode was just how cool, Sung Jin-Woo was acting, because he was actually acting very cool, very mature. He had an aura in him that made him seem like a really cool person. So yeah, that was actually pretty exciting, pretty different to see in this episode. Again, you see Sung-Ji, sort of admiring him, sort of, having this big shock and amazed face at seeing Sung Jin-Woo handling the dungeons like they are nothing. Sung Jin-Woo actually said a line in this episode that was actually very interesting, and that was that he thinks that he's somewhere around rank B and A level, somewhere there in between, which is really revealing, because we have to remember that at the beginning of the anime he was actually rank E level. So to see him going from rank E all the way to rank A, in a couple of episodes is really amazing, because that tells you how strong this reawakening was. It was actually something very powerful. It is not something that you can just say, oh, it was nothing. No, it is nothing like that, because as we see again, he's leveling up really fast. And saying really is actually not doing it justice, because he's actually leveling up at the speed of light. By the way, it was also mentioned that apparently he got a quest to change jobs. I don't know what that is all about. I don't know what changing jobs actually means. I mean, what type of job does he have now? Is he a player? Is that his job? Or is it something else? I think that is something that he's going to explore in the next episode. The changing job quest. I don't know what that is again, because it is really weird. Something also really interesting happened in this episode, which was that he actually got discovered by another person, and that person was somewhat of the White Tiger Guild. That person, I would suppose, is one of the top heads of that guild, and the way Sung Jin-Woo handled that whole situation was actually also very funny and also really interesting, to say the least. I thought that the guy from the White Tiger Guild was going to be more of a threat, to Sung Jin-Woo, but it was actually not like that, because Sung Jin-Woo actually handled it very well. Again, that just goes to show you how mature he is now, that he's able to handle this type of complicated situations very easily. Another quick thing that I want to mention was that, Juan, the brother of the guy that that died inside the dungeon a couple of episodes ago is actually targeting Song Jin-Woo. I mean, that was actually not a surprise because I think we all knew that that was going to happen, or that it was happening actually. The surprise was actually that his rank is, so yeah, to me that indicates that probably before this season or anime ends, he's going to fight him. Of course, there's also the possibility that that doesn't happen. But yeah, that was pretty much everything that happened in the episode. Another episode in where we really don't know what is going to happen in the next episode, because if you really think about it, what is going to happen in the next episode? I mean, this episode has some things that maybe you can say this is going to happen or that is going to happen, but we really don't know. But yeah, if you enjoyed the episode review, please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, that will be everything by me. And I guess I'll see you all in the next episode review.